Learning about our bodies is a complicated process. In our youth, we don't automatically understand how we reproduce, the dangers of unsafe sexual practices, and its toll on mental health, for example. The answers to so many of these questions lie in a single, all-inclusive solution with comprehensive sexuality education. CSE is a curriculum-based process of teaching and learning about the cognitive, emotional, physical, and social aspects of sexuality. The lack of CSE leads to the stifling of vulnerability and helps create harmful, toxic relationships and behaviors that are detrimental to society. This includes abuse, sexual assault, the spread of STIs, and more. CSE has proven to be vital across the globe, but certain regions, like South Asia, have yet to catch up. A common pattern in South Asia is that sex education is either non-existent or taught in a conservative or superficial manner. The implications they carry for youth in the region are many. Peer pressure, for example, is often a factor affecting young men who adopt HIV-risk sexual practices, such as having many sexual partners or not using condoms. Patriarchal masculinities also come into play when we see how men use their partners, usually women, as a means of claiming or demonstrating manhood. This ties in with the lack of sexual and reproductive health and rights. Boys and young men often get mixed messages about masculinities growing up, particularly in terms of sex and intimate relationships. Most societies offer no support to help them unlearn and make sense of such messages, or help them deal with the pressure of conforming to patriarchal masculine norms. This ends up negatively affecting all people, regardless of gender or sexual orientation. South Asia also has a long way to go in integrating accurate information on SRHR in curricula. This leads to boys and young men turning to their peers and the media, including pornography, for information on sexuality, where all roads lead to potential misinformation. So, how can CSE help resolve this issue? CSE helps prepare young people to navigate adulthood. It improves sexual and reproductive health outcomes, promotes safe and gender-equitable learning environments, and improves education access and achievement. It also encourages men and boys to reflect on undue power and privileges attached to their sexuality and practices that justify sexual violence. Evidence shows that in countries where CSE was integrated in schools, young people wait until a later age to have their first sexual experiences, have lower teenage pregnancy and abortion rates, higher rates of contraceptive use, and report less sexual and gender-based discrimination. We must call for better policies that include CSE as a core part of every school syllabus and invest in quality curriculum reform and teacher training. Local level advocacy could also help raise awareness about CSE with commitments from stakeholders such as political, religious, and community leaders. If the implementation of CSE is successful, strong monitoring of its implementation and progress is an absolute must. Comprehensive sexuality education can be a powerful tool for gender equality and general well-being. We must put in the work to ensure access to CSE in classrooms and learning environments everywhere, guaranteeing safe, healthy, and inclusive lives for us all to not just survive but thrive.